everybody, it's your Sam, and I'm here with another video and a Kona. Today I am going to read to you the short story that I created based off of the character randomizer character we built and the little scenarios that were added in via dice rolls. If you want to watch the replay of that character randomizer, the link to the playlist is going to be down below. You can also watch the other character randomizers made by my fellow hosts there too. And you can catch up with all the other character randomizers that we have done. If you want to join us up on screen and become a host yourself and create your own character, there is a link down below to a Google form where you can sign up for the character randomizer of your choice. Each one is the fourth Saturday of every month at 5 p.m. Eastern. Without further ado, here we go. Did you hear? I heard. Did you know that? I have on good authority that he cleaned his mouth and tried to get his wings under control. He needed to stop rustling them in annoyance. Instead of working like they should, these ladies were always stopping midway to tell another one about something happening in the community. Gossips. Sqim Rydd was surrounded by them. Such was his duty. He had to protect the cleaners and the young. That meant he was around more women than men for most of his short life. Soldiering was supposed to be a chivalrous position. Sqim knew more about his fellow soldiers than he knew about himself. Lieutenant Rydd, sir! He stood at attention, wings finally still. Report to General Nook immediately. Yes, sir. Sqim left with a flutter of his wings, rising above the corded-off section of the latest crop. He turned to the base, hidden under a human storage building. There he flew through the small buildings and hovels made of grasses, leaves, and lost segments of webs and cloth, until he reached the globe tower, made of old leaves withered down to their veins. He dropped in from the entryway above and stood at attention. Sir, you requested me? Yes, at ease. The older lacewing folded his hands in front of him, striding back and forth in front of his desk made of sticks and a wide piece of mulch. We have two problems, both you can handle. The general stopped in front of him, rocking back on his heels. Sqim glanced down, frowning at the general's sandals. He cursed under his breath as his one true magical item began to spit out its contents. He'd gained his bag of holding by eating a plate of rancid noodles. Worth it. Until he was in the presence of someone wearing sandals. Then the bag went crazy, spitting axes, knives, grenades, ropes, guns, and much more out randomly from its depthless bowels. He stepped to the side as a long sword finished its twirl up into the air and then shot downward to stick upright in the wood floor right where he'd been standing a blink before. I am forever at your service, sir. First problem, the general started before sidestepping a pin. He eyed it for a moment, then laughed. The pin is mightier than the sword, eh? He chuckled, then stared at his feet. Oh, for heaven's sake! He kicked off the sandals. Why didn't you say anything, Rydd? I thought it was on purpose, sir. General Noak sighed, his wings rustling. The first problem, soldier, is the gossips. I'm having a designer and builder implement an idea. His name is... He peered down at a few pieces of paper on his desk. Zinjik. I'll have you oversee the project. Make sure it's going to work. The name made his heart stop. Yes, sir. He pushed out of his mouth as he tamped down the emotions welling. Secondly, I understand that you have some sleight of hand and acting practice, yes? He didn't like where this was going. Yes, sir. I'm not perfect. Well enough. You're the only soldier that has both. The general gave him a curt nod. If the project isn't going as well as I hope it will, you will need those talents to distract. Distract, sir? Why, yes. Nook rocked forward, then back on his now bare feet. You'll see. Dismissed. Sqim left the office with more questions than he'd arrived with. Another soldier handed him a slip of paper once he landed in front of the duties desk. Quadrant 3, sir. He looked down at the paper and frowned. There were lines, straight ones mostly, then two curved ones on two straight ones that looked like curtains. Maybe? He flipped the drawing over. That looked worse, somehow. Fleeting to quadrant 3 was a short trip. Landing, he surveyed the corded off crops and then the lace wing currently lying down sticks that were carved into straight boards. He cleared his throat, those familiar eyes swinging to look at him. Zen? Sqim. The lace wing stood slowly. I never thought I'd see you again. Same. He studied the work at Zen's feet. He had to keep his eyes somewhere other than looking at Zen. What should I do? Just stand there and look handsome. Zen's voice was breathless, drawing Sqim's gaze back. Was he sick? No. Those eyes of his were wide, blinking, and he could smell the mating pheromones wafting off the man. He cleared his throat. Received. Continue your business. Zen drew back as if struck. Right. He watched the other male work, creating grid-like structure out of wood, cloth, and threads. Once he seemed satisfied, he stood to the side, made a few more adjustments by flitting around the area. Then he tugged on one red cord. The wood sprang up, the curtains unfurled. Sqim's antenna waved and jerked. What is this supposed to do? Keep their eyes on their work, move with them, and keep them from gossiping to one another. Zen didn't look at Sqim. And that, over there, he pointed to the platform that hadn't sprung up when the cord was pulled. A stage. A distraction. The general gave me a playbook. Zen rifled through his bag, then handed Sqim a few sheets. He glanced down, saw one word, and froze as he read the rest of the page. What? Just in case it doesn't help. Zen motioned to the anti-gossip booths. Ah, here they come now. The ladies and gentlemen of the feeding and laying crew filed in. There were plenty of grumbles as they settled into their rows. The curtains and panels kept them from looking to their side, and the ones that were behind and in front of them were too far to carry on a conversation in whispers. Today, it will work. Tomorrow, maybe not. Zen smiled. Should we practice our roles? Sqim's heart leapt up into his throat and stayed there. Hours? Yeah, I took an acting class too, remember? Right, yes. The first kiss was behind one red curtain on a similar stage. From there, their affair became... What had it become? It was nothing now, but what had it been? Torrid? Nothing, just thinking. It's nothing. Sqim looked at the pages again and shook his head. He blinked, able to read, but the words weren't sinking in. Hey, instead of acting this out, why don't we make it real? Sqim stared at Zen. Zen stared at Sqim. Sure. Yes. Let's. What did he have to lose? He only had another month to live anyway. Let them talk long after he was gone about his torrid affair. That's it. I hope you enjoyed this little short story. Here on the screen, it is what I rolled. And again, if you want to join us for a character randomizer in the future, make sure to fill out the form linked down below. If you want to check out the rest of the videos and some of my co-host videos, make sure to follow the playlist. Most of those videos that they made are a ton of fun and gorgeous as well. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't already and hit that like button. It makes my little heart happy. I upload videos every Sunday and Thursday, mostly about my writing adventures, maybe some short stories, and there are some videos about scheduling and planning and mental health. Thank you for watching. Be kind to one another out there. Be kind to yourself. Keep writing. Keep being creative. And I will see you next time.